Hello, fans, friends, followers. Here we are again, Battle with Me, World of Tanks. We are on the Xbox once again with this. This is recording after the fact. World of Tanks, as you guys know, is a game where you put 5 different tanks together in a map. As you see here above, and on the mini-map to the side, you got 5 icons. The light, medium, the heavy, well, the Arty, and the tank destroyer, TD. The first 3 are basically size varying tanks. The last 2 are specials. Arty is artillery. It lobs artillery over hills or buildings, whereas the tank destroyer is a sniper. Here's my experiences.
Hello, so as we continue today, we are going with the Tier 3 Panzer IC from Germany. It is a light tank, and we're going to be in the port battle scene, taking on a standard battle. This is just a base for base, 15 tanks against 15 other tanks. The primary objective here, once again, would be to take the other base. You also kill the enemies, gain points. One base takes the other base before the other enemy is killed, then that will be the game. So the video gets started here, the battle rolls on. I typically try to get into position. I always go for this one particular building I make it to today. On my way, I sometimes destroy things, sometimes I don't. You don't have to. It just makes for the fun of the game driving a tank. But it does slow you down, so you don't receive damage, but it does slow you down. So this is my spot, especially as a spotter. I'm central in the middle of the battlefield. I come over this hill, I find this guy, I open up. He is a light, but apparently my ammo did not hit his armor much. I didn't do hardly any damage. We got assistance points, and he got damaged by another tank, and I assisted, so that was good for me. Coming around here, I see this guy coming at me. That's a bad day for him. I ripped him to shreds. He's gone. Fantastic. Got a lot of good points from there. Oh, this guy's taking a shot at me. He's a medium. I take my chances. I think I had armor-piercing slugs then. I ripped him to shreds. Take a moment, pause. I got a good start here so far. I'm thinking, alright, I get a little in head over heels now. I let it get to me. Come back over this hill, I see left. I should have stopped there, hid behind that, and I would have taken him apart. No, I kept going. Kept going. Suddenly I realized I'm in a bad spot. Take the shot from my spot right, trying to hit this guy on the left. I want to see what's on my right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm being outflanked. I get nervous. I find these 2 guys, I'm trying to take shots at them, and it's over. It was all over right there. So I had a good start there, but these 2 got me in the end. I should have backed up, went to my favorite spot, tried to see if I can outflank them in another direction, but I didn't do that. So as I end the rest of this battle, I fast forward. You'll see a couple more tanks have a bad day, but again, this base, our base on this game, got overtaken by the enemy. So he had a bad day, he had a bad day. I think that tank right there had a spill that destroyed him by hitting him. He had a bad day. There's only 2 left, and for whatever reason they're racing for the enemy base. Alarm goes off, our base being captured. This guy finally realizes it. Says, oh, it's because I flagged him back. I put a mark on the base. So he's like, okay, I'll turn around. Time's up. Game was lost. The enemy took the base, and we couldn't stop them. So that was that. Had a few good awards out of that, though, or medals. Moving on, we stick with the Tier 3 Panzer IC. PZ stands for Panzer. Again, it is a light tank. I like this light tank. It's fast. It's got a rapid fire, but I'm still learning how to use it. So as I'm moving on to this new battle, I like this map. It's the Abbey. Abbey's one of my favorites. You'll hear me talk about it plenty of times in other videos, other shots. today or in the future. Had a lot of good success out of this one. Primarily, my success in the past has been with the tank destroyer. My last video, I was in this map. I had a really good day in this map. I was in the middle castle with the tank destroyer, if you all remember that. And this map was kind of a boring one. I went the long way, as you can see. A lot of times people do this. You can see most of my team went the other side of the map the long way. For whatever reason, I was by myself. I thought I'd at least see one or two, so I was cautious on the hills. I flipped over. I don't know what I was thinking. But luckily for you guys, I fast forwarded, so you can see the timer ticking down really fast. Got back up on my feet. It'll do that automatically once the timer ends, unless you destroy yourself. If you destroy yourself when you flip, then you're out of luck. It calls sacrifice. So as you can see, I'm being cautious. I'm not sure who's coming or if anybody's going to come. As my team progresses, continued on, alongside where I'm at, I progress slowly with them. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I noticed that earlier there was some parties up here on the sides. I take a couple shots. Don't find anybody. I'm still fast forward because it's still kind of boring. Tried to get up over this hill. I couldn't climb it. It was too steep. I didn't have a powerful engine. I don't know what. So I backed off, went around. And all I pretty much did this entire game was try to take this base. That was it. I usually don't go for a base early on. For some reason I took it this time. Eventually they're trying to take our base, so I stay with this. But I usually don't like to win a battle when it's still fairly evenly matched. We're ahead by 2 tanks at the very moment, but they catch up. So I usually don't like to end and win a game the easy way. If any of you play chess, it's kind of like the 4-move checkmate in the beginning of the game. I don't go for a 4-move checkmate, although I know how and I know I could. It's just too easy of a win, and you don't get any experience from playing a full-fledged chess game. You mark a win for your record, but you don't get much experience out of it. It's not worth it. But here, they were taking our base. I was close to their base, so I helped take their base, and we win the game. So moving on, that was kind of a slow one, but I don't show all my perfect games. I'm not like the other YouTubers. I'll show you my good, my bad, as well as my ugly. So moving on, we actually go to the Tier 5, the American M4 Shermann, and I like this tank. Early on, it wasn't great until I got it built up. Eventually, I got it with the Spillner, where I could run into other tanks and destroy them, or at least do severe damage by hitting them physically. But at a sacrifice to range and combat. The only range combat module I put on this tank is the rapid reload. Other than that, I actually took out the target enhancer, which I no longer get the shape around tanks to target information. I took that out so I could put a faster engine, the Spillner, and I think the suspension upgrade. It helps me maneuver and hit tanks in close combat. This game, particularly, I don't think I had those upgrades yet. This match, anyway. This battle. Whatever you guys want to call it. The game itself is World of Tanks. I play this often, obviously. Matches and battles is what I should be calling each of these in the video. Anyway, so I'm cautiously approaching this hill over here. I'm not sure if I want to go to it. This particular match, I'm on the Sand River, I believe it's called. And the match itself is just a team deathmatch where both sides are pitted to kill each other, and that's it. There's no points, no bases, nothing like that. Last team survives the entire match wins it for their entire team. That's pretty much what it comes down to. If it's one-on-one at the very end, the last one who survives wins it for the whole team. In this case, we had like 5 or 6 left at the end. Anyway, so here I am. I'm watching the radar map on my top left. Now I see that I've got an ally north of me going into these hills. So I'm going to try to join him. Here, abruptly, we get an alert that the enemy is up in these hills. So I finally find somebody up here, but takes a minute. Most of the enemy went down south and stayed near their base. So as you see in the mini-map up top left, there's 2 red icons, large icons. Those are the heavy that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Those are the 2 striped diamonds, which are the heavies, and there's 2 of them up there. So I've got 2 mediums, me and one other medium. Again, it's going to go 2 heavies, and it doesn't end well. Us particularly. But I try. My main problem, as you see, I can hardly see the tank itself. All I see is the icon. So I'm not sure where to aim. I'm blinded by the sun. I don't know about you, but that's some good graphics. You are that blinded by a sun on the game. So I wasn't sure what to do. I should have gone forward and down, back down into the pit over there. And tried to outflank him that way. I see where that shot came from, so I tried to aim towards where it came from, but I still couldn't see him. And I realized it's because, duh, I don't have my radar thing. I was just talking about the beginning of the game. This is where it would have been cost effective. This is where it would have helped me. But because I took it off, I couldn't actually see what I was aiming at. So, here I play it out. I tried to randomly shoot, back up, shoot, back up. I need to learn better how to control the tank and shoot at the same time and aim. I realize I'm in head over heels. I'm going to get out of there, except I'm not leaving my enemy, my ally, I mean. I always hate when that happens to me. I'm the only one in the flank. I wonder where the rest of my team went. So I wasn't going to do that to this guy. I was just trying to see if I could find a better position. I wanted to go down south around the mountain, come up on the other side, but I realized that probably was a bad idea. So I tried to come back up this way, and boom. He appears right there on the hill. I didn't see him fast enough, and he took me out. So now I did leave my ally. He's all by himself. I got killed. At the moment, our team is ahead 12 to 10 tanks. I use the map. I try and flag the position. I want to get some attention to the top area of the map since I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm hoping my allies see. I see on the map a couple of the allies stayed in their base area. As I'm watching through it now, because I did die, I fast forwarded through for you guys. You see the rest of the battle as I fast forward. This guy did nothing for a while. Eventually the 2 enemy tanks come up from the north, and my allies eventually see them and outflank them. But there's only 3 left, so those 2 are the 2, and then there's 1. There's an artillery on the far right side of the map. 2 tank destroyers go after him right now. Everybody else comes up north and ends up finding this guy. Again, people are trying to ping the map, get attention over there. I can't do it anymore. I've already used my pings. You only get 2 pings a game. You can only ping the map twice a game. But eventually, as it fast forwards, you'll see that they take these 2 heavies. Eventually. One more. So everybody's going to flush over and eventually take them out. And that was that game. Again, I didn't do much here. Wasn't one of my best. Go back to the Sherman again in the next map, I believe. So there's the victory for the team, although I didn't participate much. I did take 220 damage blocked before I was killed. So again, Tier 5 M4 Shermann. And we are, it is a medium tank. We are going to the Himmelsdorf. Yeah, this game wasn't my best either. I got myself stuck between buildings. But I watched too many other YouTube videos trying to figure out the best ways to play this game, positions, maps, stuff like that. Try to learn from other players. One particular player suggested the spot I end up at as a good flanking position for medium position. I'm like, okay, we'll see it, we'll try it. So that's what I do here, but for some reason I got stuck. Got myself stuck between 2 building ledges. Had a few good shots on enemy, but I was way overrun. So this right here, where the edge, if you look at the map, the edge of the crevice or the precipice, whatever you call it, of the curve of the building and the map itself. It's supposed to be a good spot, apparently. It didn't work out for me, but part of the problem is I am covered by smoke, so I can't see past it much. I guess I was spotting for a little bit, so I got some good spotting damage there. The other problem is, once again, I took out my target highlighter, so I didn't get a highlight of targets. I got to learn how to target without using that, and that's my difficult. The idea with putting that is because I figured I was going to get close up a majority of the time and survive the other module I got was defense. That's what it was. So I got an engine, a spillner, and a defense. I did not get the suspension. I got the defense. So I added extra armor, and I took out the targeting modulator. That might have been the suspension after all. I can't remember all it was now, but my idea was survive shots, get close up, and hit people. Be a spotter tank, so I could use rapid fire under auto aim, and that's why I built the tank that way. But I don't think it works out as best as I wanted it to. I was experimenting. Anyway, the team won there, as I'm blabbing on. The team won by overtaking their base. Pretty much all their team went to our base, all our team went to their base. I lost some coin there. I wasn't happy with that game. For the last match, we go to another medium. This is Tier 4 Panzer III-J. Also Panzer Kampfwerth within something. I don't know how to pronounce German words. That's the most complicated word to try to say. But I like this tank. It's a little more agile. Got a little more armor than the M4 Shermann did. The firepower didn't seem like as good, and it survives. So I didn't think this was a bad tank. I just gotta learn how to use it. So here at the corner of this cliff here and this hill, it's a good spot to see what's up on top of the hill ahead of me to the middle of the map. Obviously they are overtaking that hill, so this team plays a little cautious. I play with them. I got that kill, but it didn't give me the credit. Somebody else must have hit them at the same time I did. Their shot probably 2 seconds after mine. Mine didn't destroy them, so theirs did. But I gave myself credit for that kill anyways. So I try to get this guy. He backs off. I study for a little bit. I'm like, I know he's coming back. I know he's coming back. I know he's coming back. He doesn't come back for a little bit. Keep looking for him though. Curious, where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? And eventually I move forward. I see that there's a heavy to the corner. As I move forward, I should have looked at my map. Boom, there he is. Just down a little bit. He keeps running. I take another shot. I back up so I cover my flank on the hill. I go into scope here in a moment. Get 2 good shots on him, but I don't kill him. That's a hit. That's a hit. Didn't do enough damage, but it gave him critical damage, it says. Again, need to learn how to maneuver and fight at the same time, running into hills. There he is back. Instead of trying to aim, I don't use the scope, I just use the auto lock. I didn't get him. I'm looking around. I thought I was going to go south for him, but then I decided to turn north or going back east to help out with this guy. There's plenty of them there. I should have gone south because the light tank is going after the artillery and another light tank. If I had gone south, I would have helped that corner battle. They would have been taking advantage of me having a medium. But this guy's killed anyway. So I do finally turn to go south. Eventually our ally is taking their base. Oh, I did forget to mention at the beginning, this is the mines map, another one of my favorites. I've had some good games here. Particularly in a TD. You guys remember in the first video I had a good TD video here. So that was a good shot on him. I got his track, but didn't seem to stop him. He's stuck behind that tank. I don't see very clearly. He destroyed another of our arty. I'm gonna learn how to aim better, but eventually we win because our allies took their base. So again, that was game. At least I survived. I was okay in my play. Not my best, but that was the 5th video. So I do thank you all for watching me today, battle with me. This was World of Tanks.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me today. This is World of Tanks on Battle for Me series. Catch me next time.
First and foremost, thank you for all the blessings I've been given for the love of gaming, reaching out to others who enjoy games like I do. The glory is all yours. Thanks again to the Wargaming staff for making the reading product do so well. For more information, please visit this website. To my fans and followers, even when I seem to be absent from making videos, thank you for following me. Those of you who game with me online, thank you for a safe, clean, fun competition.